Good evening, everyone. He is risen. He is risen indeed. Welcome. My colleague Norman is online, but he's not here yet, so I'm not sure what's up with him. But I thought I'd get started anyways, okay? Oh, he's offline now. Crap. He's online again. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, okay? But anyways, yeah, so let's double check all the parameters here, see if we hear anything. Why am I not, why is my thing not hearing anything? Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. So, welcome to Gaming, Scripture, and Commentary. Christian gamers playing PC games, talking about Jesus through his word, and commenting on anything that happens to come up. And we don't care if anyone is ever going to watch us, as we are not going to do it for the approval of mere humans, okay? We do this for our Heavenly Father, you know. Hopefully he is pleased by this, but we shall see. Yep. Anyway, so um, we've been out for the last 2 weeks. You know, we had some problems with some technical issues. Um, 2 weeks ago, we broadcasted, and my voice was not being recorded. Norman's was. You can hear Norman, and when I replayed the video, I'm like, I hear him, but there's no context. You know, I could probably try to record over again my words, but then because without context, but I don't want to spend the time, and I'm not a wizard at that. I probably could figure out how to do it, but I don't want to spend the time doing that. So we decided, yeah, whatever. Okay, so we planned on doing it last week, but then some real life things happened. So we didn't get a chance to play. Well, we did play, but we weren't in the mood to broadcast. Okay, so here we are today, even though I'm alone. And so, yeah, so let's see if anybody's watching us right now. Let me check to see if my actual voice is coming through. So let's see if I'm. Yep, looks like we are good to go on the Twitch side of things. I'm hearing myself. I heard myself. Okay, so I hate to go more long into this, okay, you know, but with the long introduction like that, ready to start, so we're off. I'm going to hold off for a couple more minutes, waiting for Norman to see if he comes in. I don't know if you happen to notice the backdrop on the video of me talking. It changed a little bit. I moved my computer around. I've actually been working on my computer desk. I decided I wanted to do something different. I have a basic computer desk. I wanted more space, you know, more step plates to put stuff on, right? Even though more tabletop means more clutter. Okay, so that's the downside, right? But I have all this stuff in my house with my kids all, well, mostly moving out. I have all this extra furniture and whatnot. I'm thinking I could throw it all away, right? Or I could find a way to repurpose it. So DIY type stuff, right? I decided to repurpose some things, and I took a bed apart, and the end pieces make a nice little table, might say, at top. So I put them together with some poles from some clothes racks in the past, right? And a shelf. So now I have this on my right side. I have this nice tabletop with a shelf. My left side has a couple of shelves put together, and I wanted a nice curvy thing. So I took a piece of plywood that was from the bed itself, cut it to my shape. I sanded it down. I'm ordering some black laminate type stuff, right, to put on top of it to give a nice tabletop, right, to it. And I'm really pleased with what's going on here, right? So it looks kind of cool that this I've done with my setup. I also feel fortunate. I had a friend of mine who his roommate had moved out, and he had an extra 3 monitor stand, and so I built one kind of a building monitor stand, and so this is a lot better. So I repurposed it and got it set up. So I got three monitors here. So I'm doing pretty good, you know. It's like I'm happy with all that I've done, you know. I think that none of this came from any of my doing, but for God giving me the ability to do this and be able to think this purpose out. I keep thinking of different things now. I'm almost like I was driving home the other day, and I saw a neighbor put out a desk. It says free. I'm like, I thought, oh, I could probably repurpose that thing, right? So it was raining that day. Yeah, I know, raining in the Northwest, right? Yeah, but it's July, okay? Not supposed to rain in July in Northwest, right? But anyways, it was raining, so I didn't want to go out to it again. Today I came by, it wasn't there, so I don't know. But I'm tempted to even go into like garage sales or even to like a Goodwill and find some things that might be cool items to repurpose. You know, repaint them and stain them, whatever. Right? You know, I'm almost like, you know, kind of cool, you know. I mean, my daughter's been doing cosplay stuff, and so I've been meaning to try to do cosplay things. Now I've been doing this cutting wood and making this set, this thing. I mean, I drafted up some pictures and how I wanted to do it, and I put together and lay it all out. I'm thinking, hey, I could do that with the cosplay outfit, right? I really like to go as Reinhardt from Overwatch, okay? But have you ever seen Reinhardt's uh, costume? It's a monster thing to do, okay? So if anything, I thought I would do just a hammer, okay? You know, but I don't know. Even then, I'm like, you know, deer in the headlights. I'm not ready to do anything like that. You know, daughter's been doing. She's gonna be going as, oh my gosh, Roadhog, okay? You know, so you know, I thought I could do that because I think I have more of the body for it, right? But she said because she was gonna go as I think Tracer, I think. No, was it Tracer? I forget. You know, either Tracer or Mercy. No, it wasn't definitely not Mercy, okay? You know, but anyway, so but she said she liked the outfit she got, and she ordered, and so she decided to make her own. So she's doing Roadhog, okay, and doing a pretty good job at it too. You know, we are about just over a month away from PAX, which is the reason why I think about cosplaying and whatnot. Still, after all that talking, I don't see Norman, okay? I wonder if he has any problems with his audio, okay? Oh wait, I know what's going on here. I'm in crap. I'm using the wrong system. Oh my gosh. I need to do this. This is the problem? No, he's not in Discord. Okay. I was using Razer Comms, okay, for our discussions. I mean, I was trying to move over to Discord, okay, but today I logged into Razer Comm, you know, but hmm, where is he? He's not in Razer Comm either. I want to see if I can find him. I know that we had problems in the past. He would just call me on Razer Comm, you know, but hmm. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, clear not take. I wonder what's behind him, you know. He doesn't like using his cell phone. Okay, he doesn't have a smartphone. Okay. Anyway, so there. Um, yeah, and so also we wanted to shout out. We wanted to shout out. Is why wait for him to come on. Is that we actually had our first YouTube comment. Yay! 2 weeks ago, Perrin made a comment on episode 103, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Our first YouTube comment, you know. Not that means anything. It's been 2 weeks since we had that comment, right? But hey, he goes, hey, I just found out your channel. I must say that I really enjoy what you're doing here. It's nice seeing both. Oh, crud. There's more to it. I got to read it. It's the problem. I always got to read the whole thing. I can't. Oh, my gosh. I don't want to watch the episode. Good evening. Where's this? Oh, yeah. So, it's nice seeing both Scripture and one of my favorite games used together like this. Keep up the good work. So we're like all excited 2 weeks ago that we actually had our first comment, you know, on YouTube. It was great, you know. I replied back asking if he had any idea for improvements, but I haven't seen him since. You know, just fine. You know, it's nice to have at least someone recognize it. You know. So, all right, Norman. Oh, there's Norman. I now see him. I see him on the microphone now on Razorcom. He's not in Discord. You there, Norman?
Hello.
Hey, welcome. You're not in Discord, huh, Razorcom?
Uh, Discord doesn't work unless you send an invite.
What? Every time I got send you an invite? It
Apparently,
says you're offline, though.
it doesn't. I've got Discord is sitting here looking at
It
me,
says you're
but
offline.
doesn't say that I've got a friend.
Oh, I did that. What? You're showing as being offline. So I have shown you up here.
I'm looking at a screen.
Yeah, I know.
It says online.
So right now, but you know we're broadcasting, okay?
Unless I
So
have to hit the button.
I was telling everybody about what happened the last couple of weeks, how we did broadcast, but my voice wasn't recording, and then we had some real life issues last week. Even though we played, didn't feel like recording. Invite your friends to this server by clicking on a share button when you're ready. All right, share button. Okay. Well, I've done this already. That's the whole point. I thought I already shared this channel.
Well, this thing doesn't say that I've got any
Invite
channels
your friends to
available.
this server. I did that before, so clicking on the share button. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Is this the share button? Yeah. Nope, that's not the share button. It shows me this nice shape of a sharing, but I don't see the actual button. If I click this button.
Well, I'm having trouble loading the game, so
Oh, really?
who knows?
Okay.
Yep, I got a donut of death looking at me.
Well, let's just not worry about Discord right now. Okay, so yeah, I told everyone we had our first YouTube comment. You know, it was kind of exciting. 2 weeks ago.
Yay!
Haven't had a comment since. So today we were going to do Genesis 1, 2023 on day 5. Oh, by the way, I haven't since having introduced. I am Ken, aka Kennethan. It's my good friend Norman.
Howdy.
Each week we get together to praise God and play online. And we intend to play this game, Chips Online, because Norman
the
is a
greatest
big
game of
Champions
all.
fan. From the old days when this actually was an actual RPG board game type. Well, it's a tabletop role-playing tabletop game, a la Dungeons and Dragons. Okay.
Still is.
Still is, but this is also So even though
it's called the Hero system.
Yeah, even though this is a system that people like to not play. So as always,
I don't know. I got a bunch of friends.
Well, no, I don't meant the tabletop game. I meant this computer game.
Oh. Nope, got a bunch of friends. They keep inviting me. Be a friend.
Yeah, well, Norman also has 96 alts. Okay, so
no, I don't have 96.
You said the other day you had 96.
Yeah, but that was before I made a couple others.
Oh, you're over that now. See
of course.
/count.
No. Maybe my system is not hooking up.
All right. Well, let's go and do Genesis. Yeah. So go ahead. Wait. I'm out of order. First, we gotta give prayer to God. Okay. He'll start with a prayer. Okay. So gracious God, in your great mercy, help us to never lose sight of you as our greatest treasure. Help us to know that we only truly live when we live with you. Hold us fast in your overflowing love and never let us go. We will stand in faith by grace and grace alone. We will run the race by grace and grace alone. We will slay our sin by grace and grace alone. We will reach the end by grace and grace alone. You alone are our hope and help now and forever. Your will be done and not ours. In Jesus' great and glorious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Get your Bible, or it's the old-fashioned kind, or an app on your phone or a tablet, or a website such as BibleGateway.com, or Bible.com, or BlueLetterBible.com. So yes, I am sunburned. For those who are watching, who might have noticed, I'm a little red in the face and peeling. I spent my last Friday morning from 9 to 1 at the Voluntary Museum of Flight for Boeing's 100th birthday celebration. And while I did spend some time under the tent, under the canopy, I also spent time out from under the canopy, and therefore I got burned. Okay, I was helping keep people off of a World War II fighter, the Mustang. And it was kind of fun. Went to Seattle on Saturday. Got a little more sun there, but not a big deal. Wasn't overcast, but with overcast, you can always be careful because you can still get burned. And then Sunday, after going to church, and went to the Museum of Flight again. This time not as a volunteer, but with some of my family, and go enjoy the festivities there. So it's kind of fun. So a little sore, a little red, but kind of cool weekend, You're basically considering it here, it's, oh my gosh, it was raining, yesterday or today, it's like, it's supposed to be the dry months for Seattle, Alright, so you still offline?
Still not hooking up.
Anyways, let's go to, we're going to do Genesis 1, 20 to 23. This is day 5. We're doing the Genesis in the beginning. so to speak. Now we're going to do day 5. So day 4 we just saw was the lights, the sun and the moon. So day 5. Then God said, "Let the waters abound with the abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above." Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. The reason why I paused because this sounds familiar because we did this 2 weeks ago. That's why it sounds familiar. Okay, just that no one heard me saying it. Sorry.
Well, they heard me reacting.
Yeah, I heard you reacting too. You were laughing a lot too. Especially with the whole new. Yeah, I should post that anyway. Say, hey, look, if you just want to hear Norman's voice, here it is. Here's me and Norman.
Yeah, you better not.
Then God
Because
said,
I'll get a bunch of fans and then you'll get all dejected. And
All right. Anyways, but then God said, "Let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens." So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth." So the evening and the morning were the 5th day. Key point was that God said he created the birds and he created the sea creatures, not land animals, no mammals, no salamanders, no land stuff yet. We already have the fact that he brought forth the vegetation. Okay, now he brought forth birds and he brought forth sea creatures, and soon we're going to see him bring forth other kind of creatures. Okay, along with man. But so far, he's in phasing this like why not land animals? Why only sea creatures and birds first before I know that with the whole land animals, that's when he created man, and man's a land animal, so you can argue that that's the reason why. I don't know, but it's just like interesting that he does that order. The other thing, of course, is that God told him to be fruitful and multiply, similar orders he gave to man, and you're like, what? But man understood him. Really? Okay. Make you question sometimes, especially when God said don't, and we do it anyways, right? So I'm not sure if man understands sometimes. But the idea is that he basically told the animals, "Go be fruitful, multiply." He basically gave them you could argue, he gave them the sense of what's it called? The genetics, the survival type thing, right? Just the things, instinctual type stuff. I think last week, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about the fact that God probably very, very well could have communicated with the birds and the street creatures, like whales can communicate. So God probably communicated to the whales, "Go forth and multiply."
could be.
I forget what you're something you brought up 2 weeks ago. I forget what it is now.
I don't know. You'll have to listen to that side.
Oh, gee whiz. Anyways, okay. Do you have no comments then?
Um, I only think he brought in the birds before the land animals to show that dinosaurs did not evolve into birds.
Oh, that's an interesting thought. I mean, I know that originally the thought process was that dinosaurs, yes, today they are reptiles, and now the neo-Darwinism is like dinosaurs, yes, today now they are birds, and you're like,
Yep.
okay, so that's an interesting thought. If God well, he knew what man was going to do, right? So he knew that man was going to say, hey, guess what? Dinosaurs are now birds. This is clearly a sign that dinosaurs cannot be birds today. Birds are created first before dinosaurs, before the
Yep.
animals. So for those who don't know, Ken Ham was a creationist scientist, or he built recently this full-scale
He's a
ark.
creationist educator.
Yeah, he's not a scientist, right? But he built a full-size ark in the hills of Kentucky and opened it. Okay, and he invited Bill Nye, the science guy, even though I'm old
No,
enough to remember
he
Bill.
paid
No, I thought
Bill Nye, the science guy, to come and debate him.
I thought he invited him because they debated him before, right? But
Oh,
he invited him to
invited
come.
him to the Ark?
Yeah, the ark, right?
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he invited him to the ark, right? And of course, Bill Nye basically slammed it. It's like, well, this is all wrong. Like, because like clearly he was showing dinosaurs on the ark, right? He says, well, this is just showing anti-science, right? Like, okay, whatever. But even though Bill Nye is a comic first, whatever, with a scientist, but he may be an engineer by trade, but then so am I. but he does. I don't know if he seems to be whack. Well, then again, he thinks I'm wacko because I happen to believe in God, But I mean, there is the idea that the Noah's Ark carried two of every kind, including dinosaurs. Doesn't mean they're full-scale dinosaurs. And two of every kind doesn't mean every single type of animal we have. No one disagrees about microevolution, that things of the same kind probably evolved into different types of variations over the years, But yeah, dinosaurs were clear, based on the Bible, were basically here after birds were already created. So the Bible clearly contradicts the Darwin evolution. Then again, they could argue and say, hey, well, see, Darwin just basically contradicts the Bible, so it just proves the Bible's wrong. Well, or we could say the Bible contradicts Darwin evolution, therefore Darwin's wrong.
Yep, Darwin's wrong. He's an idiot.
I mean, Darwin was right about the changes of creatures, said the microevolution. He was just wrong.
No,
Huh?
he never proposed
I thought
microevolution.
he did. I have never read the
That a
Species of Man.
species evolves into another species.
I know that he said that basically over the years, with more and more fossils found out, we would basically prove his point, even though we have not found the fossil to prove his point. Even though there are people who say we have, but it's like not nearly. Okay, you're right. We have found other fossils, but not nearly the amount that is needed to prove out evolution. The fossil record does not prove evolution. It shows in stages the possibility of evolution, which is why there are those who are Christians who believe in the possibility that God used evolution, but there's just not there, not totally. That's the thing about the fact that when you think about the worldwide flood, they're like, oh yeah, there's no proof of that, even though people say, well, yes, it is a proof of the worldwide flood. There's that sediment layer that's all across the world, but like, oh, couldn't it happen? It's a local flood, right? It's a local myth, It's like, okay, whatever, Because the biggest thing they look at a world today and say, where's the water come from? There's no way. Well, if you believe the world changed during the flood, when God finally, received the waters, then you can say, yes, fine. That's probably why we see it differently. Back then, and who knows what things changed between the time that Noah got on the ark and by the time the ark landed. Anyways, okay, so anybody have any thoughts, questions, comments? By all means, let us know. We were open to listen and learn. I was talking to a friend today, someone right from work, but I was talking about the fact that that one thing he noticed is that when countries have like not polar opposites, but have different. He's from India originally, okay, but he's like noticing the fact that when you have countries that have variety of opinions, okay, and sometimes to extremes, because you're living in a country that has ability to like constitutional republic like ours, we can debate and talk about it, and we can actually, and then sometimes because of that, they tend to tamper down and try to not make things go all wacky, where some countries are just so one-sided and they've gone totally off the rails, there as a conservative Christian, there are people who are conservatives who are off the rails, okay?
Really?
So there are extremists in every side of things, right? I was chatting. I was following one of the persons I follow on Twitter, okay? And it was an interesting comment this guy made, okay? And I decided to respond to it, and only because the way the comment was made. I'm trying to find it,
Mm.
Oh, gotta look here. Go to my Twitter.
Oh, by the way, I'm on.
Oh, you're on?
Yep.
Okay. Dang. What did I say? I'm trying to think what I said, I forget now, right? I'm paraphrasing his comment. He said, "Wow, you look at the way the Republican Party is today, right? They're so far to the right, you can't even see them anymore." I commented back, says, "Yeah, and the Democrat Party is so far to the left, you can't see them anymore." Okay.
Yep.
But then his comment to me, I gotta find it now again. Sorry. His comment to me was, "No, dude, what you're calling the left looks really centrist to me. So that just told me where he's at. Okay.
And you follow this guy? Why?
Well, because he's a gamer, board gamer. He makes board games,
Oh,
right? But so I mean, he got some good thoughts about board games. No problem there, right? But I've
okay.
been following him for a while. He definitely some things he says, are off the rails. I mean, or I can tell that he is of that side. Okay. And I thought for sure it'd be a good comment saying, yeah, we agree that that both parties have seemed to be really out there. But
No,
he's,
you got to ask him. Okay, what is your belief on immigration, on tax,
oh yeah, right, yeah, fine, yeah,
on
okay.
social justice, on abortion, on all of these subjects, and then you know what he is.
Well, I can already figure out where he is. I guess he did some of his comments about other stuff. I mean, obviously there's some things that are like definitely anti-Hillary Trump, but I haven't seen nearly as many anti-Hillary Democrat.
Yeah,
So you had an idea.
so you're in one, and I am in.
Oh my gosh, 927 already. So
Yeah,
you had an
actually.
idea, okay, of how we could do something different for once, right?
Yep,
What was it? I forget what it was now.
it was a great one.
Well, that's why I'm saying let's do it. Because if I didn't think it was
It
great,
was
I'd
it,
tell you to
it was
go
great.
fly a kite.
It was the best idea. I'm doing a Trump impression.
Huge idea.
Huge, great, the
Huge, great.
best idea. To go and take out the reward locations,
Okay, so
like the Prison Break.
are we in the same place? I'm in number 1.
I'm in one now also.
All right. So
Where
let's
you
just-
are in one, I don't know.
I will find you. Okay.
Okay. I'm next to the hospital.
I'll just fly to the location you want to go to.
Well, the first one would be the prison down in West Side,
Which we can.
which should be quite easy for us. It's a very low level thing.
Yeah, I think we did it last week. Or yeah. We do the prison now. That's why I'm still here because we did this last time.
Oh. Okay, well, if we did last time and it's been broadcast,
Let's see.
Why
We
entertain-
are 4 minutes of reset.
good. I'll be there shortly. Well,
Anytime I'm gonna try to kill some more. Are there still Patriot bags given out?
no. Patriot is over.
Patriot is it? So much for our patriotism. Yeah, apparently it's now official. He's no longer a presumptive nominee. He is the nominee.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But once Paul Ryan gavelled down, that was it. I thought it was interesting, that. Yeah, I mean, I read something where I was like, oh yeah, some people complain that Melania Trump copied Michelle Obama, right?
Yeah.
Even though the things that she copied, I'm like, what? I've heard a lot of people say those things, okay?
Yep.
Those really aren't all that unique, But no,
Nope.
but apparently she copies stuff from other people too, right? So it's not like Mrs. Original,
Well, the question is, if she is lying, or how else would you say that you got your ethics from your parents? And when your parents told you to keep your word, how else do you tell somebody that, oh, by the way, I was trained by my parents to keep my word, other than saying that? I saw briefly on Facebook a comparison.
Well, I liked when Christie was talking, right? She tweeted about, ethics, right? Like, well, if you believe that, I got a bridge to sell you, right? I'm thinking, what the hell? They've already proven that he wasn't responsible for that, okay?
Yes, but the low information voters still
Was
believe
she
it.
linked to it? I didn't read it because it's behind a paywall, right? The New York Times article, it's like, oh my gosh, you're right. Low information voters are not going to come on, right? But
They only remember the headlines. The fact that
I love how she is talking ethics,
oh yeah,
It's like, you gotta be kidding me,
you have Brendan as a friend on Facebook.
Yep.
Did you see his posting of the senator asking the guy about some information? And the guy says, "Well, I don't have permission to pass that on."
Let's see, has one recent one
Yeah, I saw it today, so it must have been done yesterday.
today. So
And one of his comments is, "So what you're telling me is you do not have the permission to share this information with the Senate, yet Hillary emailed it around to people who have no right to see it." Yeah, that's right. And you can't even tell me about it. No. What organization do I need to get this permission to hear about it?
This is the
Yeah.
the
And the guy says, this guy says, "I can't even tell you that. It's so top secret. Can't even tell Congress who to go to get permission to hear the information."
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, people were commenting. People were like the left was like talking about how Chris Christie, wow, this is like a dictatorship where you throw your people into jail, and people were commenting, no, because she did something wrong, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, no, we have no intention of throwing anyone in jail for political dissent or on the opposite side. We put people in jail for breaking the law, so yeah.
Which the FBI guy actually said she did.
Yep. So, I mean, it's a funny thing. I mean, I know we disagree a little bit, right? But I think Comey actually made... Okay, jailbreak time.
Okay.
I think Comey did the right thing. Hey, he was in no win situation. And what he did was he said, the FBI basically said, she lied. She, basically, yeah. They did stretch around what is actually what is a negligence, right? But shoot, man, I mean, he got her nailed and everything else. And of course, when he decided I want to come talk with Congress, and he did. He basically he asked a question, right? And she's like, she was on news with, it was Jake Tapper, right? But it was like, something. Comment. Someone made a comment. Oh yeah, so they said da da da, and she goes, no, they didn't. And it's like, well, yeah, they did actually. It's like. But that's the way it works for them, That's what it gets me is like, you talk about establishment. You think about, you get sick and tired of people who don't go to jail for crimes they commit. If you're like, especially the Black Lives Matter, if you're so upset that you think that the cops are racist, why are you supporting Hillary, who basically did something illegal and got away with it? Talk about the very thing you don't want to happen, or the things you think you rail about,
Yep.
Oh, we got to defeat. We're done with this. Already went bad.
No, we're not done yet.
No, we gotta defeat the power brawl person.
Yep.
It's over by the entrance, though. So that's
I got him. He's dead.
Now what?
There's another one coming.
I don't see any more names, though. On the list.
That's because another bad guy's coming out. There he is.
Oh, I see. Okay. 7 fingers. Okay, now we're done. It's over.
Yep.
And Kevin Carey had the most.
Yay! Captain Carey! Yay!
All right.
Now come over here and pick up your reward.
That's right.
Unless you want to leave. Okay. Got reward.
All right. What's next?
Well, the next one that I know of is the Doctor Destroyer at the park.
I think Brendan did link, someone linked about something about like Black Lives Matter society. Instead of marching, decided a little barbecue.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
That was a smart idea. Okay, I mean, I love the fact that there's a picture of 3 black men and a white cop praying together.
Right.
I I mean, maybe that's what's going to come out of all this, the realization that the rhetoric has caused more problems, you know. And they're going to change their thought process, you know.
I find that hard to believe that the diehards will.
Well, the only way it's going to change if people actually have dialogue and talk. The facts. I mean, the facts don't care what your feelings. Or something, right? But
I've heard that before.
The thing is, though, is that the facts are showing that they're wrong. It doesn't discredit that they do experience some things. They probably do experience more, okay, than maybe others, right? But they got to figure out why, you know. Okay, we're in the red zone here. Destroys Rise Again.
Yep.
What we gotta do is we gotta kill what?
It's a fairly extensive battle. You kill a bunch of these guys, freeing policemen and firemen. And then we have to take out other groups. Then we have to take out bombs. And then we have to take out the big guy.
Okay, we probably detect the group separately, so probably that. See, I'm winding up, deliver my booyah thing, and all of a sudden they're gone.
Okay, I'll leave you alone. Oh, my nemesis's people have shown up.
You know?
Nah. So you think the destroyer bots are easy? These guys are ridiculous.
We are 10 of 40. 2 out of 40. 13 out of 40. I think definitely one of your ideas was also about creating new characters. I need to make myself a what do you call it now?
A non-Burar.
Well, yeah, but the other thing, the
Fighter?
no, how you said it being a custom made,
Oh, freeform?
freeform. Yeah.
There you go. I think you should.
The only downside I have with this 50 new characters is that we got all the same freaking quest all over again. But it's been a while. Maybe we'll, or myself personally, I don't remember so much, but sometimes it'll be all new stuff.
Yes, that's what I think you should think of it as.
Let me check my Twitch. See any comments on our Twitch channel. Nope. Keep forgetting to check sometimes about that. It says that we have 2 viewers, me and somebody else, but
Well, that's good.
I think maybe someone else. If someone else is viewing it, they're viewing us not through Twitch, but through maybe the Facebook post, which I think is the reason why it shows up 2 sometimes. You know.
Ah.
Because in the actual chat room, it shows nobody there.
Huh.
Just
Well,
me.
maybe they're just not very chatty.
Well, I suppose you could be in Twitch. It's showing up. That is true. You could be watching and not in chat, I think. I think you guys sign up for a chat sometimes. I'm here to save you, officer. Because blue lives matter.
That's right. All lives
I
matter.
feel that, sorry for that. Well, I feel all
Black and blue and yellow
that
and
one
white.
guy, you know, in Baton Rouge got killed. He had a young 2 kids, and he posted that one wonderful thing about the fact that he feels like both sides. You know, it's like the hate for being blue, for being black. You know, just hug me, so to speak. You know.
Yep.
Sorry, you know, yeah.
He sounded like a cool dude.
It would be nice if the president would wake up and realize that, you know, he is part of the problem. That he's actually helping foment some of this stuff, you know, by saying yeah, you're right, you know, we got problems, right? Last I checked, he was actually the head of branch, right?
Yep.
Even though the idea of saying, yeah, so DOJ found nothing wrong with the Ferguson shoot, but oh, by the way, we're going to take away the Ferguson department's all racist. What? It's like one of those things where they did something for nothing for. Oh, we got 8 more to go. You go again.
Well, we're on the same side, are we not?
Yeah, 5 more.
Come on, why are you not punching that guy? Although those guys we can really leave alone.
5 more.
There's one. Pick that up. Nope.
1 more to go. I'm gonna give me the one to finish the last one up. Alright, now we gotta defeat the flank commanders. Where they at?
Yep. There's one over here. So,
Oh, this whole crowd.
yeah. That takes care of one of them.
This would be hard. It's actually with others.
Alright, I'll wait until the bombs show up. Alright, we gotta find the other guys. Did somebody shoot you? Somebody shooting you or me
This
or
is an
somebody.
electronic
Oh,
gun drone.
dirty guy.
Go this way then. Oh, there you are. There's one.
Ah,
Hello. Hello. May I step in for a chance? There's 2. My guess is we go this way, we'll find another
alright.
corridor here. Turn the corner. There you are. Hello, hello. May I stand in here for a minute? Alright, now we have 2. Oh, it's 5 of
2
them.
more to find.
I thought it was only 3. I must have misread that then.
Here's one over here.
Just sort of that idea. Took care of that.
Where the heck were you?
On your side of the fence, it looks like. I didn't know you were on the other side of the fence.
I was fighting a group.
Yeah, I didn't know where you were, you know.
Okay. I gotta go find the other group.
Take
There's
items.
one more somewhere. Found him?
No?
Hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Get on the street. Stay in the
There they are. That takes care of that.
Stop destroyer attribution devices. There that
Yeah.
is.
See that thing over there in front of the fountain?
Yeah.
that I'm now standing near, that's a retribution device.
I died.
And this is why we need to team up.
Yeah, come on.
Because I'm going to die too.
I started attacking and then you didn't attack the same people I attacked.
Well, that's because I said, you see that device? And you said, yeah. So we attack it. And then you went somewhere else.
Sure did. But technically, I should let you go because I'm the healer, you're the tank.
Yes.
And I'm gonna get shot at.
Okay, we can leave this area. We blew that one up. You got too close, didn't you?
Nope, I hit the booyah. Right.
Okay, let's go.
That is 1 of 4. I will follow you, sir. Oh, yeah, 3 hope. Hello, it's only Grim in the chat room. What's up?
Hello, Grim.
Yeah, it's only Grim. His name is only Grim. How's it going? Sorry I didn't see you there earlier.
We're getting our butts handed us.
What? What do you mean? This is low-level quest thing we're doing.
Yeah, that's why you died.
What are we doing?
I'm looking for the other bomb.
Oh, over
I don't know what. There it is.
there. There are 4 bombs. We got 1 so far.
Yep.
Probably the 4 corners, huh?
Okay, I got the bomb.
I died.
Yeah, it's a low-level quest.
I know, but I got hit by all of them.
Yeah, it's not like I'm being hit by anybody. Oh, they all came for you. That's
Yep.
cool.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what the player base is for this game. You know, to me, it seems low. I mean, it'd be nice to way to find out. You know, I know there are times we ask for help for doing some quests and no one's there. Even though there are those big monsters at times, and there are enough people at times to kill stuff. But I know Cryptic Studios is actually putting some more effort into trying to increase the game play and whatnot, so maybe we'll see more, but the reason why we don't have as many people watching our Twitch channel is because we're playing a game that nobody really plays.
Sorry, repeat that?
So the reason why I think we don't have a lot of people watching us on our Twitch channel, my mic is kind of low. Okay. Good to know. Let's see.
You trying to get yourself killed?
I'm trying to fix my microphone, okay?
Who's shooting you?
Microphone volume on my OBS is up full scale. Okay, let me fix my. Oh wait, we're out of time. Let's finish this quest first before I fix my microphone.
Okay, come this way.
Picking up my exclamation point.
Okay.
I know there are some websites I've looked in the past that show actual population for MMOs, but I haven't checked this one recently. Well, that's good to know. Yeah, thank you. That's when I watch my. Oh crap! I'm talking attack. When I watch the video, I hear myself, so I feel like I'm sounding fine. But I know that normally sometimes comments like that I don't sound.
Yep, that's what I've told you numerous times.
Well, yeah, but we also know you got some problems on your end too, so that's why.
Well, I'm not sure I've had trouble at my end now that you've got somebody else telling you that you don't sound good.
So yeah, once we finish this quest, I'm gonna. So we're at a time limit here.
Yep. Okay.
Oops. Oh, I healed myself, but not enough. Okay, you know, I'm getting distracted.
Okay, we got that one. We need to find one more. Now, where is the one more?
I know that
went there already.
For myself, I kickstarted, still waiting to hear from City of Titans. That's supposed to be the true City of Heroes replacement. And there are those, like my adult son, actually my adult kids, period, who love City of Heroes, okay? But they don't like Champions Online. Even though Cryptic Studios was the one that first created both games. You found it?
Nope. I just ran into some people that needed to be taken out. I don't know where the next one is.
No, I'm not even sure I know what it looks like.
It looks like a little trash can.
Trash can.
We've taken 3 out. Of course, you died.
I was dying and healing, you know. So.
Well, let me see. Where else could it be? There's one there. There was one over there. There's one over there. There should be one somewhere down in that area.
With a group of the.
Well, yeah, but they don't always show up until you get within range. Okay, no, we've gotten that one. Where's the next one?
Over here?
Huh?
I'll try this.
You're dead?
Well, I thought I found a spot where
there are a lot of bad guys?
Well, and a barrel type thing. On a piece of grass, you know. Over here where I'm at? No, wait, that's not it.
Nope, I just exited the area.
We have 5 minutes to go.
I know. That's kind of irritating.
Here it is, I think, right? That's what it is?
I don't know. Where are you?
Where's my area?
I'm coming. Is there a barrel over there? Yep, that's it.
Yeah, okay. That was right then. That's where I died.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Way too many people. They just overwhelm me, you know? Jeez.
Oh, they got me. But guess what?
Paper tiger, you know?
We took it out.
You did?
Yep.
Oh, now destroy the mega... Well, hey, red circle's over here then.
Yes. This one's bigger and nastier. This one, if you get near, you will die quickly.
Oh, he's a tall guy.
Yes. He's
I'll
very
wait for
big.
You'll be healing you then.
Okay, I'm here now. Let me see how many life he has. He has 1,000,000. 1.25 million. Oh, this is interesting. My hits are not hitting it.
It's not saying that he's not targetable, but he's not going down or anything.
He's going down. He's just going down darn slow.
Slow. You have 28 minutes to take this guy down. I see there are some folks around here.
Yeah, Noble Boy just showed up to help.
There's a ward child up there too.
Yep.
Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Corsair headset. Change my settings. Yeah. Moth on my arm. Just killed it.
Good, at least you killed something.
Yeah. Thanks for the. My microphone was turned all the way up. Interesting. See, so on OBS, the volume's all the way up. On my panel for my workplace, I gotta check that.
I'll get ready to heal me. My shield's about to collapse.
Alright.
And I've got 11 seconds before my secondary shield will cool down enough to fire up again. Okay. The others still helping?
Warchild is.
Good.
Nova?
Oh, shield's about to go down again.
I don't see Nova.
Okay, shields down. Thank you for heals.
Yeah, Nova Boy's still here.
Good.
And Warchild.
Might be able to take this guy then.
Well, I mean, they're going to get credit, so it kind of helps them too.
Well, yeah, singly, I'm not sure we could do it. At least definitely not this combination of characters.
So we typically broadcast from like 9 to 10:30 on Pacific time. We're always looking for people who want to be part of a little group. You know, some of these quests require a 5-man team, and we're like stuck sometimes. You know.
The mirror one, for instance.
Generally try to broadcast on Tuesdays. Sometimes life gets in our way. Obviously, we're both level 40, doing these low-level quests, right? But next week or two, we're gonna create new characters. Well, for Norman, is like 100th character, you know. Me, like my number 4 character.
I should get it up to there, so it will be kind of like a...
No, I understand if you don't play the game. I'm just saying if you're interested, you know, then you can join us. I know you said you used to play it, you know. Just giving the option, you know, it's one of those things where it's like people wonder sometimes if they could like join in, you know. We had one person one time interested in joining in, and then unfortunately things happened where the person didn't show up in a couple weeks. Haven't seen them since. Plus, I can also be somewhat selfish because we really need someone to help us out. You know, we tried to grow up in like my son, he wouldn't want to do it. You know, Norman said I should talk to my future son-in-law and make it a condition marrying my daughter to join us here.
You should also use guilt on your son.
But I can't guilt someone to Hawaii. Well, yeah, it's cool. I mean, I know I was watching a video of Dark Age of Camelot today. That was my first MMO game I played back in, 2002 or 3. Like, yeah, a little nostalgic for playing it, right? But I'm also looking at the graphics going, I'm not playing that game again. I'm stuck. Nostalgia goes only so far. I do this game, personally do this game, where I get a chance to hang out with my friend Norman, you know.
And it's appreciated.
He thinks it's the greatest game ever, you know. So
It is.
I'm gonna die because
Don't die.
I was frozen there for a second, and now I'm back.
Oh.
Oh, no, I'm dead.
Uh-oh.
He
That's
froze
not good.
me, and then I'll come back.
My shield's down, too.
Coming. Because you're targeted to get close enough I can heal you.
And I'm half-life. Okay, I'm less than half-life. Oh, I got healed by somebody. You probably.
Oh, it's me. Excellent.
Maybe we can try hunting down Grog in the west.
Well, just us two.
Well, hopefully others will join us.
Oh, yeah.
Crit, he froze me. There we go.
Yeah, we got it. Right.
Hey!
Hey, it's a perk. Clearly, we had never done that before, okay? Hey, we're just attacking you.
Oh, there's the rewards over there. Hey, Noah Boy did a good job there.
Good boy, yep. Okay, I'm gonna go to my control panel here to find out why my microphone is so soft. Okay, settings. I mean, clearly the OBS is showing broad full. My Corsair headset control panel shows full. Now I gotta find out, maybe it's the settings on my actual computer, which means, if this is true, I do have another headset I could probably, I'll try to get going next time. Maybe I'll sound better, you know.
Can't hurt.
Come on, where's my settings? Come on.
Unless it's broken.
Well, I know, but this is I like my wireless headset, you know, so I can walk around and not. The other one's a wired, you know, it's a.
Which is probably why it dims periodically, because you're walking around.
Well, it's also, I'm wondering. I mean, it's the microphone's near my mouth, but I'm wondering if it should be closer. I got, you know, Taco Bell had a thing, you know, where you actually get a possible win, Overwatch the game, and a headset. So I got I got a headset, a Razer Kraken Pro headset with the Overwatch symbol on it, but I have not opened it because I have this one going, you know.
Well,
so I want to go.
Try your freebie.
Why do my settings? Here we are. Settings.
All right. So there's one in the west we could do. If you're wanting to go to the west.
Hang on, I'm trying to get my
headset on.
Unfortunately, I remember where all this stuff is on Windows 10. I gotta find it on Windows. On Windows X 7. You know, let's see.
Well, I'm gonna go head off and sell some stuff.
All right. Let's see.
So I'll be off in the city center, sell it.
Oh, I think he's gone.
Oh.
Yep. That's nice. He's had some chance to get nostalgia going, you know.
He wanted. So he wanted you to play something else?
No. I was trying to get him to play. Because he started off saying that he played the MMO before, hadn't played in years, okay?
Yep.
He was curious to know the current player base is, which I couldn't really answer. And he said, last thing he said was, watching this is kind of nostalgic. Maybe I'll join in. So we'll see, down the road.
Well,
Another reason why I get the Discord going, we can invite people to Discord,
we can team up with them, help them out.
Oh, come on. Where's my control panel for my... Oh, here you are. Microphone. Touch your mic for speech... I don't want speech recognition. 10:11. So thanks for joining us on this episode. We got a chance to take out two particular low-level quests, right? But wanted to do that again. Obviously, clearly, my character here had never done this before, so I got a perk. So thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, prayer requests, let us know. And yeah, have yourself a good day and good week, and we'll see you next time.
Merry Christmas.
Good night.